Alrighty, everyone. Hello and welcome back. Thank you so much for giving me a week off. I needed to go to a baby shower. We had some stuff we gotta do. We had all sorts of fun stuff. And in the meantime, I was thinking about what we are going to do next on Battle Brothers, and I think I have identified what we are going to do. Now, it's probably going to be a little bit more simple than we thought. So there's two things. The first is Rangers. So there's that. The second is, and I think maybe we actually, you know what? Hold on. Band of poachers. So poachers, expert scouts, hunters. Start out with a group of 3 woodsmen, and you can carry fewer items in your inventory. Alternatively, we have rangers with outdoorsmen, which is everyone has Pathfinder, and others will need more coin to convince. So realistically, what that means, I'm assuming, is that some people will be a little bit more expensive to recruit, which is fine. I get it. However, we do have guardians. If your ranger and druid die, it's game over. So that is something to consider. I think of the two, I'm probably going to pick rangers only because, or at least ranger, only because I haven't played this before. But here's what we're going to do. We are going to name them the Iron Band. For no other reason than I watched a whole podcast on the Silver Band, and it is what it is. So, in any case, let's go ahead and find something that is appropriate for the Iron Band. If I can find anything at all. And if not, we'll figure something out. There we go, Iron Band. So, this playthrough is going to focus more on some ranged play than previous playthroughs have, which is going to be interesting. So I hate to say it, we are going to do Iron Man. It's going to be better for me at the end of the day. It's going to teach me more. It's going to make me a little bit of a better player, and we're going to go from there. So let's go ahead and push forward with that. So hello, everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of the Iron Band, a ranger battalion here. That's yeah. So there's 2 of us right now. Injured. The ranger actually got whacked in the face by this druid who's not very happy with us. He is a player character, plus 10 resolve, will not desert the company. He is a druid commander, which is well, I mean, he has really decent stats, supposedly, like 60 to 80 base melee stats, and he has 50, so that kind of sucks. 56 to 76 range stats. He has 36, and you can kind of see this guy's terrible. This guy is absolutely awful. No, it's a girl, actually. Ambrose was the bastard of a noblewoman. No, it's a girl. It's a guy. Anyway, regardless of that, running around with 90 melee armor and 48 top armor. Also huge, so -5 melee and range defense, but +5 damage, so that's a thing. And -15% experience gain. Also very angry. There are level 3, which is super nice, as is Ralph, so that's a thing. We also have some furs. We do have some Traveler's Sash, or we will have a Traveler's Sash, excuse me. And, well, a staff, to be honest with you. So everyone here is going to be coming with Pathfinder. So Pathfinder allows you to move on difficult terrain without too much issue, so it's very, very nice. The druid comes with footwork, and actually, you know what? Maybe everyone comes with footwork. I am not entirely sure. But regardless, this mission, should you choose to accept, holy cow, this guy is amazing. Fatigue, range skill, resolve, and initiative. That's pretty awesome. But in any case, what we're going to do is we are going to push forward with some, I think we're going to do range skill, we're going to do some resolve, and then we will probably do some initiative as well. We can do 2 additional perks here. Of those perks, I think Poacher's Arm is probably going to be very good. 25% ranged skill on other bows is still going to be very, very good, regardless of the fact that we're losing that 12 plus ranged skill. And another thing might not be bad is the marked target buff. So that's something to consider. Alternatively, Conjuration. Wow. That's kind of crazy. So this individual has a ridiculous number of abilities here, and this guy does not. But you know what we should do? We should probably make the... We should probably work the druid alongside a staff-based stuff. Let's go with that. Staff block. So staff block automatically increases your defense pretty significantly, which is kind of cool. We also have the ability to actually do some magic, which is kind of cool. So Wither. Wither and age your target for 3 turns, reducing their damage, initiative, and fatigue by 30%. The effect lessens by 10% each turn. We also have Scry, Gatherer. Interesting. Kicking, Fortified Mind, Executioner, Dodge. Resilient, Quick Hands, Smackdown, and Onslaught. That's a really good question here. So let's go ahead and go with Wither for right now. And for you, we probably want to give you some bonuses to, I don't know, Resolve. The fatigue is actually pretty darn good right now. Tell you what, you have plus 10 Resolve. So you could actually be a very potent bannerman, to be honest with you. But the staff block kind of minimizes that. So let's go ahead and go with the melee defense. We will go with the HP and then the max fatigue. No, I think we're going to go with HP, melee defense, and then initiative here to put you up to 110. All right, now, Rolf gets another level up here. I think we're going to increase your resolve to get you up to past 40. And then I think the initiative is going to pop up there as well. Now, for you, I'm thinking, I mean, man, these dogs kind of crazy, though, to be honest with you. Night Vision, Executioner, Dodge, Athlete, Debilitate, Net Repair. I think for right now, we're going to get Poacher's Arm. And then we probably Summon Hound. I think that's really interesting to me. But regardless of that, we're very, very out of sorts, let's say. So we're going to go up to the north here, potentially go up to Trogan Shocked, and try and get something interesting going on. I hope we don't run into anything, because straight up, I'm not going to be able to survive much, but hey, you know what? Why not? So we don't only have the ability to have 3 people in total right now, and that is at 250, we will have the ability to do or help with or get another guy. However, for right now, we do need to find someone who is particularly useful to us. So we have 2 guys here. We have a shepherd and we have a farmhand. Now, the farmhand and the shepherd, neither one of them have a very good melee attack, but this shepherd does have particularly good ranged attack as well as ranged defense. He has insecure, so plus 5% defense on both sides, as well as unpredictable, plus 5 initiative and plus 5% chance to, or plus 10%, excuse me, chance to hit in the head. Great defensive ability. I just don't know if these guys are, I don't know if these guys are worth it. Okay, survivor. 90% chance to survive if struck down and not killed by a fatality. I do have a request to have a Jack the Ripper, by the way. So let's go ahead and get this guy. So, Gustav, you are going to be Jack the Reaper. And you do have hay baling. So, pitchfork, hoe, scythe, warfork, and or wooden flail. So plus 12 melee skill and 25% armor damage. So this is exactly the kind of guy we were looking for originally. So now the scythe doesn't really have damage is not too great. However, it does have cleave. Now cleave is it's a cleaver basically. Well, it's associated as such, but it allows us to do some additional stacking, bleeding, and reap, which is really, really nice, and does range of 2 tiles hitting up to 3 targets. So it is a 2-handed weapon, which is very, very cool. Now, first and foremost, let's go ahead and hunt some beasts. 370 crowns. Let's go ahead and hunt down what terrorizes. And this is gonna be kind of important because we are going to be looking for people that can help us here. Potentially. Depending on Noxers, 8 Noxers, yeah. Yeah. So. Yep. Come on. Oh, are you serious? Well, everyone run away, please. All right, well, we will ignore this part, and then... That's fine. My mistake. Yeah, we can't... Unfortunately, we can't take on 8 Noxerers, which is problematic, of course, but... There we go. Come on. Come. There we go. Now it's daytime. Now we can see a little bit more, which is always good. Let's go ahead and try and track along here. And with 8 Noxers, we really don't need to worry about too much. It's not like it's a difficult battle, but with 3 guys, it's a little more than we can handle. There we go. All we need is like a trade caravan or, well, I mean, to be honest with you, anything in order to just support. As much as I hate it, that's kind of what we need to do for this very first set of missions. And perhaps this is probably the issue with picking up a hunt beast early. But it does look like there are some footsteps here, which would be great. We are not paying a whole lot for them right now. And then as far as... Oh, interesting. 2,000 crowns, allies, or 8 more contracts. I think allies is probably going to be a little bit easier, to be honest with you. Interesting. It's kind of a pain in the butt. I'll tell you what. Definitely not the most effective use of my time, and perhaps this will be something that we address in future missions. I do not appreciate the 3-man limit kind of early on, because it's not really, like, you can't really do too much with that. There we go. We can't see anything. This is, I apologize. I know this is just gaming the system, to be honest with you. But it is what it is. Gotta do what you gotta do. And there's no one here. That's very disappointing. It does look like there's some more footsteps over here, which is hopefully we can take advantage of that. I would love to at least just get one guy here. There's a trading caravan. Perfect. All right, and these guys have guards as well. That's what we're looking for. So let's just go ahead and wait for the Noxerers to come through. Perfect. All right. Now, as much as I hate doing that, it is necessary in these early stages of the campaign. So I do apologize. Like, sincerely, I do. Sucks, but that is the way it works. Let's go ahead and drop back, everyone. And Bruce, you're good. Curious what these guys are gonna do. You don't have any armor or anything, to be honest with you, so we're just gonna hold off on that. So I've never used staffs before, so you have the ability to daze a foe as well as bash them. Good to know. That's what I'll say to that. Now, in the meantime, we do need to make sure that we have good shots here. 58% chance. Nice. Damage on the shoulder here. I do think that... actually, this kind of brings up a good point. I had thought that what we should do... Nice. Good hit. Cut artery is always nice. Ooh, that's not good. He has a cut arm. But anyway, I thought that what we could potentially do is we could utilize a kind of 6-man rotation here. So I'm thinking that maybe what we do is 6 archers and 6 melee. Now, hear me out. I know that this goes above 6, but we'll kind of support as needed, and the baseline will be 6. Not confident on that, but I think it's going to be good. So, in any case, you have terrible hits. All right, good enough. We got one. And we get another one? Nope, that's okay. You have the worst initiative. It's kind of surprising. Do we have the ability to get on this guy? No. No, we don't. It's fine. But we can summon a hound. There we go. Let's run him down. Let's try and get a little bit here. We go here and we hit. Nope, we miss. That's fine. Whatever. Good enough. All right, hey, there we go. We did get a Noxiver horn out of the deal. We do have, of course, some wolf pelts, which will help us out a little bit here. But back to Trogan Schacht. Let's go ahead and spend an entire day going back there for, one thing here. On the plus side, we are only paying 12 crowns per day, so the biggest drain on our money is going to be those provisions. So, realistically, not the worst thing in the world. All right, so let's take a look here. What do they have available? How can we improve our troops? So, first and foremost, Jack the Ripper does need to have a thick tunic, or at least something to put on. A headscarf. I think you don't have anything, do you? Yep. So we'll do a headscarf with a straw hat, or a simple hood would actually be better. So let's do that instead, just on the off chance. But in any case, let's go that. Perfect. Now you have at least something. It's not great by any stretch of the imagination, and by most stretches, in fact. But at least that is, as I said, something. We'll go ahead and pop the fresh fruit. I think, actually, so we do 6 provisions per day. This is 15. It'll last us 2 days, so that's something. But there we go. And I don't see anything. So terrified villagers, that's fine. Let's go ahead and do this. We need to go to Erzbruck. Now, where is Erzbruck? It's right next to us. Perfect. We'll do that. Again, reminder that, ooh, dear. 9 brigands. Some bandit rabble. A war dog. Oh, these guys are going to try and chase us, aren't they? Yeah, of course they are. Oh, hey, we found something. All right, let's go ahead and move over here to Erzbruck. We don't really need to worry too much about these guys. A traveler hails your party. He says he's on his way to Muckenberg, but he wouldn't mind a rest. There we go. Okay, I don't know. Just kind of one of those spice neutral things, you know? I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Alrighty, so next up, armed courier rebuilding effort. What is that? Secure the ruined wheat field near Erzbruck. We'll need time to think on that. We can't really fight anything right now. Armed courier for a 2-star, 230 crowns. That's not bad. You know what? Let's go with that. Let's go with this one. So we need to go to Grunenbach. That'll allow us to move a little bit at least. I don't necessarily know that it's going to be very quick or very effective, but we just need to get to friendly. So perhaps what we do is we just keep moving forward. We keep just, you know, collecting a few things, doing some stuff, subtle stuff, and going from there. So in any case, how are we looking on? So this is a two-handed weapon, two-handed weapon, two-handed weapon. So we don't even have use for a shield, which is unfortunate, but still good to know. Now, the other thing that I have a question of is staff. It is a two-handed staff. I mean, pure staff or magic staff? And it does plus 16 melee and range defense. So pure staff must be... Because if we take... Right... Well, actually... Nope, it is. This is considered a pure staff. So you are doing very, very well. So I think then we can do staff mastery, and then potentially, I don't know. We may end up even doing. Do you guys have pacifist? I am actually unsure of that. However, in either way, we do need to take a look at the druid himself, herself. I don't know. Regardless, we need to take a look at the druid because they have some very flexible abilities here. So, regardless of that, though, find the location here. Let's see, 300 crowns. Nope, that's fine. Deal with the devil. Don't you dare talk to me like that. But let's go ahead and head back to Erzbruck and see if we can find a decent quest here. My concern with Erzbruck is that they're going to have us find something, and it's going to be very, very far. But either way, there is something there. We can also return the item, rebuild the effort. Hunting beasts, find location, or an escort caravan. I think we'll escort the caravan. This is down to Wiesenstadt. Is there anyone good here? Well, I guess not really that we can help, but ooh, 57 with 1 star. And holy cow, look at that range defense. That is amazing. What is this guy? 71 base stats? Wild, man. What a guy. 71 base stats with impatient and hate for nobles. That is pretty darn... Guys. Are you serious? Do I get rid of Jack? Do I get rid of Jack? You know? I think I get rid of Jack. Alright, Jack, thank you. Thank you for your service. So first off, you're 600 gold. Let's see, what are you? Odd. You're a killer on the run. 62 minus 6. Oh man, you're 13 gold per turn. You're impatient. Minus 5%. I gotta do it. Holy cow. All right, thank you. 40 gold in compensation. I appreciate you very much. We will replace you. Jack the Reaper, you will be back. I guarantee it. However, this is just too much to pass up. Absolutely too much to pass up. All right, now, of that, maybe we could make you the Reaper, but I don't think so. Because you have... Okay, so they do only come with Pathfinder, which is fine. They don't come with the Quick Step. But either way, I would love, absolutely love to see you turn into a monster. Absolute monster with the axe. Or any two-handed weapon, to be honest with you, because you're going to be working back. Special sword. Okay, sure. Whatever. No big deal there. I do forget what some of these events do, so I have to apologize. But, man, a guy with 71 base melee stats, even with no stars, that's so amazing. Like, that's just great. And on top of that, we are maintaining our provisions 6 per day. Now, the cured venison is going to spoil, which is going to be bad. So we will need to end up purchasing some more. I'm really hoping it doesn't spoil by the time we get done, but that's fine. All right. Either way, the ambition is fulfilled. So we are in a positive state right now. Let's see, what do you do? Scouting? Gathering supplies? Okay, so you are phenomenal at gathering supplies. Is that... Gathering supplies is the... Yes, okay, supply tent. Derp. Let's go ahead and do that. Oh, very nice. Okay, well, perhaps I misunderstood how close we were, which is, I mean, honestly, not the worst thing in the world. But regardless of that, how are the fish going? Fish are quite expensive. Fish are very expensive. Actually, everything's very expensive here, but probably not the worst thing in the world. We are only doing 6 per day, of course, which is something to remember. Other than that, though, we do have a relatively low amount of tools, which we have some good supplies here. 242 is not the worst thing I've ever seen. We have an armed courier mission, return item, treasury transfer, as well as an escort caravan. Level 2 escort caravan. I would love to see that, but I don't know that we have the ability to do so. So size increase at 250 renown. We just need to finish one more small quest, and we will be able to get, I think, 5 guys. So that might not be a bad thing. Treasury transfer is to Longholds. Let's go ahead and do that. Just get it done. Oh my gosh. It is all the way across the map. It better be worthwhile, I'll tell you what. Goodness gracious. And I bet it's a castle. No, it's not a castle. Okay, that's fine. All right. Contracts. Gain a renown of at least 250. And we'll hire a non-combat follower. I think we have not been taking advantage of that, and we absolutely should. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Level 2 return item and a level 2 basilisk in... No. No, absolutely not. No way, shape, or form are we going to be doing that. However, we are now up to the capacity of 6 instead of 3, which is absolutely amazing. So we do have a wild man. We have a poacher. Or a hunter, excuse me. We can't afford either of them. And we can't afford the tailor. However, the tailor doesn't really have good melee or range statistics, even though they have pretty good melee defense. So we're going to go ahead and ignore that. Okay. Interesting. So we get a hand axe and an unusually large wolf pelt. Very nice. We need to go to this castle here. See what we can do. Let's take a look at some of the recruits here. Quick, which is good. Unpredictable, which is good. However, crappy melee stats. Can't justify that. You are expensive. You are also expensive. But, ooh, 63 is not bad. Miners are always very, very nice. They do have very good base stats. 55 out of 57 with 2 stars in melee is not bad. Light, minus 10% melee damage, but plus initiative. You could be a fairly decent tank, and yet I don't feel like that's probably the best use for you. Now, Clotaire, are you going to be our Jack the Ripper 2.0? No, because you have 56 melee, which is not terrible, but it's not great. But you also have minus 6 and minus 4 melee and range defense, respectively. Not something we can really justify right now. Tiny and brave. Great HP. Great melee defense. On the fatigue. But I mean, it's not terrible on initiative. Bad range defense. So, I mean, really, though, not terrible. Not terrible. This is a deserter. Night Owl and talented. Really good statistics, actually. You are really, really nice base. You just don't have very good star placement. So I think we're going to pass on you. And then 53 out of 60 HP is not great. Good on the resolve. Good base melee. We could have you as a fairly decent bannerman, actually. But you are insecure. Something to consider. But you're pretty cheap, though. You are pretty cheap. So we could put you as student. Do you have, let me ask this question. Do you have the statistics that we need for that? You do not, it appears. You do not have rally. And you do not have the... Which, for the 35,000th time... Hold on, what is it? What is it? What is the skill that gives you additional resolve? Well, I can't remember what it is, and you don't have it. So I think we're going to pass. We are going to pass. I hate to say it, but we are. And instead, we are going to travel over to... Let's go to Grunenbach. We're trying to fit as much into this episode as we can. I think it's going to be closer to a 35-minute episode rather than normal. Oh, there's nobody there. Great. Well then. That sucks. But, nonetheless, furs. We could do some furs, but everything is selling for 50... Oh my gosh. 50% less at minimum. So we're going to ignore that. We are going to head over to... Let's go over to Wiesenstadt. we might be able to take advantage of some port stuff over here. So well supplied. Yeah, let's just sell the furs. We'll go for it. Unusually large wolf pelt we will hold on to, but regardless of that, so we may be able to find some good fishermen here. We have cultists afraid of dark, which is fun. I mean, you do have pretty good statistics, actually, really good statistics, but I don't think we can justify that. Ebel, nope, your melee and range stats are just too terrible. Lots of cultists. I'm not sure that I'm willing to take the cultists because of the problems that they can bring with us, or to us, but nonetheless. Elka, insecure, eagle eyes, a little bit low on HP, but good fatigue plus the stars, decent melee stats, and really good melee defense, actually. I think you are going to be our first pickup here. We also have, I'm trying my darndest to avoid these guys. However, I don't see anyone else that's going to be particularly valuable to us. Interesting that we have a guy with, I mean, you have decent stars. It's just you have terrible base stats. So, little rough. But regardless of that, we can find a location. Do we care? Do we want to find a location? 340 crowns. Not far to the south and somewhere around the region of Whiteacre. Sure, we can do that. Now, not far to the south. Let's try and find something. There we go. Okay, there we go. Sometimes those find locations can be nice and easy. Sometimes. Not all of the time, but regardless of that, let's go ahead and buy some more food here. We do have one additional unit, so that is 8 per day now. I think we'll be okay. Let's go ahead and actually buy 2 of those. It's a little bit expensive, but still. Anyone else interesting? And guys are expensive. Expensive. This guy's terrible. Oathbringers. That's funny. He's literally an Oathbringer. But with minus 11 range statistics, I can't justify anything. So we have 2 options here as far as sailing, and I'm thinking that we're going to be going to either one of these places. So first off is Krakenland, and the second is Krakendorf. It's kind of funny. That is a little comical, to be honest with you. However, for right now, I think we're going to stay in the north. So let's go ahead and head up to Hedsted, whatever it is. Take a look at some of the quests here. Armed courier and a return item. Still can't do the return item quest right now. But okay, whatever. 80 crowns. I don't think that's worth it. I'm just gonna level with you. Let's go ahead and camp for right now. Perfect. And we do need to take a look at, oh, hello. That's funny. There we go. All right, so if we look at our free space, we do need to spend a little bit of money. So I do think that $12.50 for the Watcher's Totem is really not a bad deal. However, of course, we do need to get to the spot where that actually makes sense. So first off, I want to get to 6 people in total. The Wild Man is very, very nice. Night Owl, seductive, interesting. Terrible defense, which is kind of expected for a Wild Man. I think they actually have pretty terrible base statistics. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head, but regardless, I think they're pretty terrible. And an Herbalist would be particularly helpful here, as far as some of the, we'll say, abilities that they bring to the table. I do think that an Archer would also be quite nice. Now, you're a little bit expensive, but your daily wage is very, very low. Let's take a look at what else we have potentially, and we can go from there. So we do have a Brawler here with +5 range skill, which is absolutely useless. Minus 10% melee damage, which is really not good, especially for a Brawler. But you do have phenomenal melee defense. Holy cow. All right, Galswinth is a wild woman. So you have quick, lucky, 68 melee step, minus 10 melee defense, and minus 8 range defense. Oh, man. I really want you. You could be a phenomenal two-handed user. I don't think I can justify the -10, though, you know? I don't think I can justify the -10. We could do Ewo the Humble as a ranged thrower. Vernicky the Drunkard. You are drunk, so that's -10 to your range skill. Ah, man, this is a little rough. With with 1 star in fatigue and a pretty decent fatigue stat, you could be a... Let's see, you have Battleforge. You could be a fairly decent Battleforge guy. So let's go at 18 daily wages. Okay, let's rethink that. Okay, first off, I think Saga. Saga is going to be purchased. You have pretty darn good stats for your cost. So that's 5. And I think I'm in a good spot there. 100 crowns in advance and 390 when the job is done. We're not going to be able to take that on. I don't think. We need additional troops. It sucks, but we need something else. So hiring someone here. Hermescent, the apprentice, coming with Optimist and Fear of Greenskins. 59 melee attack, which is really good. 3 stars in melee defense, which is really good, and 12 base ranged defense, which is also, again, really, really good. However, oh, come on, why? I'm sad now. I was gonna use you as Jack the Ripper, or Jack the Reaper. 57 out of 61 melee statistics with 2 stars. However, that -8 range defense, as well as the Nyctophobia. You do have good resolve during the daytime, and you are impatient, but man, that's just a little rough. I don't think I can justify that. So I think you are probably, Hermescent, you are probably going to be our man. Let's go from there. And now that we have these guys, we also need to equip them, which is kind of the big thing here. So Elka, you are just overall decent. And then Hermescent. Okay, so we have 2 rangers right now. For now, I think we are going to give you this and you that. In case you were confused as to what this, that, and the other thing was, I don't know either. But in any case, go ahead and look at the marketplace. We do need to potentially get them a hat. I think that'll be 1. And, ooh, I smell pancakes. My wife is making pancakes right now. Whew, make me happy. Let's get a couple of these, and we will replace that, this, that. And for you, is this just a single thing? This is a single thing worth 35. So never mind. We are, in fact, going to just upgrade you with that. Get you a hat. Get you something. That is good to go. And you have a linen tunic. We'll trade out for the thick linen tunic. And actually, let's move you guys into the center here. All right. I think that is actually good enough. And to be honest with you, I would be comfortable taking on one of these 1-star return the item quests. However, those don't exist anymore. Let's go ahead and go to Gemeinschacht. This is way down there. So I think what we're going to do is go to Wiesenstadt. We are going to take a boat down to Kraken something or other. Krakenland or Saltkai? Where is Saltkai? Saltkai is very, very close. However, we are actually losing more money than we gain with this quest, which sucks. But it does get us closer to there. And Gemeinschacht allows us to potentially get, ooh, Brigands 10. Are you interested in us? You are not interested in us. I don't think it's worth it. Yep. Not worth actually involving ourselves in that. But regardless of that, let's go ahead and get some crowns. We will get another quest here. A 3-star hunting beast quest, which is great. Uh-oh. I'd avoid the forest if you They say trees roam these parts now. They don't do so in Menace, but neither does a mother bear. All right. Good to know. There's an escort caravan and an armed courier. I think let's go ahead and do the escort caravan. And, oh, never mind. We are not doing the escort caravan. All right. Rather than trying to fight these guys for little to no reward, we're going to go ahead and just collect the simple armed courier reward and go from there. And I think that is going to be probably, if there's not anything interesting here. Yeah. All right. So there is actually... We're out of food. Great. Is everyone angry at me? Did you guys not get fed? Went hungry. Yep. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I've been so distracted by just trying to figure out how things are working that I didn't do anything. So, regardless of that, welcome to the first episode of the Iron Band. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate everyone's patience as you waited for a fairly decent amount of time compared to my normal release schedule as I was working with baby stuff and all that. But I am very excited to get back into Battle Brothers. We are going to start this. We are also going to start Mech Engineer once I have a pretty good grasp on the game. It's very, very confusing. And as much as I love it, it is complicated. But regardless of that, we will continue our Battle Brother journey here, starting with today and then moving on from there. So in any case, I hope you guys have a great day and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.